services. Provided for the residents of the village. To sustain our commitment to comprehensive community mental health services in Sullivan and Lower Valley counties, to Center for Behavioral Health testifying as a committee on the time period for this year. I don't know about that.
There's no change. I think that will go to the budget.
Yeah.
We have another letter from the Sullivan County Nutrition Services. On behalf of Sullivan Nutrition and seniors that we serve, I wish to express sincerely our appreciation for your donation of $500 to our nutrition program. Your continued support will help many local homebound seniors. We understand this difficult time, how hard it is to support programs, and we'd like to thank you for your continued support. Your concern for your senior citizens and those who care for them is commendable. Newtown, Franklin, and Blue Cross.
Rather Paul.
No, I don't. Move forward and bring it and table it.
I'd like to make a motion to table the grant for employees policy. Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Updates for transfer station. I know we have an update this Sunday. The dump is closed, so it's been posted everywhere. And, yeah.
Well, you need to talk about letter those do that later on.
You'll be working on Saturday. You do have Saturday coverage, but for the holiday, it will be closed Sunday. We need to make a determination about some kind of work meeting so that we can go forward on the policy and whatever update we're going to do on pricing and employee.
Yeah, and I know that last year there was a lot of confusion around the pricing for the permits for the transfer station. So if you guys can get that done.
Yep.
And get it noticed so that it's not a surprise.
I don't want it to be a surprise, and I'd like to get it done so that it can be put into the budget, so that we could, so that we understand where it's going for revenue and other things, and then update that list if the list needs to be done. We've been saying we're gonna do it. We put together a lot of information.
A couple of us to the prices.
And the ticket.
So
Permit.
I was reading to Joe who lives in Charlestown, okay.
So.
Oh, she was just saying that there's another town that pays $100 a year in order for people to access the transfer station in similar sized communities. But
We still have that old message board.
message board.
One like that.
There used to be another
Oh.
board on the front of the.
Menu board.
Open.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
We were just looking for another way for signage to be posted at the transfer stations without purchasing said signage. Yes. So if we could,
You do the whiteboard,
Yeah.
dry erase.
Well,
September-
everyone we all saw it.
September's coming up. If we could have maybe a working meeting and get that done before we go into budget, I would just like to get that done.
Okay. Do we wanna do a working meeting before, like at 6 o'clock before our next meeting, so that we have time
Yeah.
to work on something? Really efficient?
Makes sense.
Okay? September 9th?
Yeah. Start the official meeting stuff.
Sounds good. Thank you. Did everybody hear that?
Can't actually, we can't, have the official meeting start.
No, it would be
Oh.
posted as two separate meetings. You would have a working meeting before the regularly posted BOS meeting. You would notice that separately from the other one. So
I was basically asking if it immediately following, we can't word it that way, I'm guessing.
yeah, just because of the nature of it, you want to be able to make sure that you have a good start time. Perfect.
Updates from the budget committee. Russ, do you want? Or the budget committee?
We've been working on getting things kind of laid out and trying to focus meetings on different parts. That's the biggest part to deal with, such as road department, executive session, transfer station. So our first week coming up, will be with the road agent. I've got people back this weekend, so I'm getting in touch with him. The budget committee will bring him in so that he can understand what his anticipated needs are. You know, salt, sand, regular stuff. Then also start looking at the infrastructure projects in Gita. How we actually finish, but we've got a number of roads that paved years ago that may need the benefit of before they deteriorate. And then there's the plan that was set forth at the town meeting, that we start adding gravel, road, back to the all first. Ledge in some places, it's just not as that smooth. So, working with him, at budget committee to start to better idea of that, I'm going to guys for, we're going to select board tax. And then go from there. And then try to also increase our planning in the future. Get a better policy on who we replace vehicles. How much money, who's money we have in the dirt fund. Try to make sure we're trying to be as proactive as possible. So you don't get a huge increase in taxes 1 year and then drop down next year because of that. So, try to tax you smooth for too long a time and then really you end up having to spend more on. If that's going to be focused, work with the road department first, executive section third, that's, I believe. We'll need some input on transfer station, see how things are going. And then use, obviously, the other office sections. And we'll pick up the smaller road departments after that.
Thank you, Russ.
You're welcome.
Is there a date to that next meeting, Russ?
We didn't set a date, right? We're waiting for Joe.
No, I'll get together with Joe tomorrow. I expect him to get results.
Yeah. Okay, yep. Next, we have Liquor Bonds building. This is on the table.
So I think, and actually, Mr. Martin is here today. But the only issue that you guys had tabled it for was that there was no locus. So the map and specs and the building specs that were provided did not reference anything that was already there. So in the upload, there should be.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, so
Martin,
See you.
yeah. How are you?
Very good. How are you all? Nice to see you all.
So you brought in some new, and our problem was with the building permit that you sent in.
Yeah.
Map, we couldn't see where it was off Ashland.
Yeah.
And then
we have it here in the little locus, but we had this weird
it was,
thing. So we have the digital file as well.
Yeah.
so when I was going back, I was like, okay, where does that come in with lot one here?
Yeah.
Are you coming here off of tax map 16641? Are you coming here off of this lot, the new lot that you have?
No.
created?
So the barn is on the top one,
This one,
and that's where, that's a barn. The one is for a future house. We want to make sure that we get too close to the building. There are a couple of more permits that we want to make sure, that's gonna be probably towards next year. I'll be back basically on it. But that makes a little bit of a confusion in how I apply this. So
Yes.
my apologies for making it more confusing than it has to be. Also, I changed in the beginning, right, the lot numbers were
yes.
wrong from the actual tax lot numbers.
Yep, and that was my other concern. Didn't
Yes.
want anybody to sign anything if the tax map and lot numbers were correct.
And especially the driveway application is where we made that mistake, because originally when we bought the property, that was how that map was provided, and it was more of a sales map of how much acres there were, and they joined the tax maps together in that map. But it's also incorrect, it's not how it's in New Hampshire registry, it's not how it's in Sullivan and in Croydon. So I replicated the same mistake and put it on the application. So I think it's now correct and send it in correct. Please disregard my old.
Let's update the driveway permit, the correct map on this paper.
Yes, my apologies.
I guess we just didn't want to have files be wrong, map and lots be wrong, historically go back and have somebody, yes.
I very much appreciate you looking out for me, making mistakes that in the future can haunt me.
So, yeah, 16641, yeah, okay, I'm good with that. Okay.
Anybody else take the vote? I make a motion to approve the building permit for Martin,
Yes. That lost.
that's, map, that's being lost.
Second.
All those in favor?
Now that we know where it is. Chief Hook. No, this is just for you. Just for you. Thank you. Thank you, Martin, take care. Thank you.
Waiting for that.
It was tabled last time because with it, with the building permit and the driveway permit, they had already completed a class 6 road waiver, and that was not included with their septic application. So I pulled that file, we added it to it, and
We just want to make sure we're ready, guys.
And we have signed it. And slap, not slap. he bought the property that Woodland had. Who? Martine, this is Martine, I believe.
One big lot.
Yes.
But then, everything, we just needed that money,
Yeah.
last explained update.
So I make a motion that we approve the, septic system for David Burnett. Temporary.
I said,
All there.
All there.
Aye.
we have a timber attack. Sorry.
Ooh, this is interesting. Maybe you can explain.
Okay, so this one, we were not able to do again on Friday, but this one, so we have to do a supplemental timber warrant. We had created a timber warrant based on the intent, because we did not get the complete intent, and there was logging being done up there on this piece of property. So due to, instructions by the DRA timber tax appraiser, he told us to, warrant doomage on the original intent, which was not even close to the final report. So Susan and I reached out to the timber tax appraiser, now that we have the final report for the cut, and he said, absolutely, what we do is we do a supplemental timber tax warrant minus what we have already warranted them for and they have paid. So they'll just get a new timber tax bill minus what they've already paid.
Okay.
But we have to actually put the figures together. That's right.
And that goes with Mr. Scanlon and Mrs. Welch.
Scanlon and Walsh, so again, Rick Evans suggested that for the Walsh, because they are opening up the land for a building, that we could go ahead and warrant them, but we'd be doing a timber tax abatement because they're doing a land conversion. So Susan reached out, and spoke to Ms. Walsh, and indeed they are doing a land conversion. So she came in and put that on her intent, her report, which she hadn't done. So it's the suggestion of Susan and myself, based on the recommendation by the timber tax appraiser, to just go ahead and say that that's a land conversion and not issue a timber tax bill. And Mr. Scanlon came in several months ago with his logger and asked us to allow him to not be charged for the timber tax on his, because he opened it up to create an opening for a farm on Mr. Allen.
But then I noticed he didn't sign.
So Mr. Scanlon would have to come in and sign. We can ask him to do that, but I would make a motion that we do not issue timber tax bills for Kaplan Scanlon, operation 24107-4, on tax map 18361, and Susan Walsh, Kelly Walsh, I'm sorry, Susan, not clear. Okay. I do have second from Kelly Walsh, Operation 25-107-02 on tax map 8-158 due to land conversion. All in favor?
Aye. Maybe we'll do that one, do that one. So this one is. Because that is his report. This is what we based their timber tax. So we're just gonna take these figures. But there's no place to see. So.
What's that? Oh, we have to do a warrant.
Right, but I'm just saying there was no signature on. It was not a signature.
So Ms. Underwood never signed, this was in their trust. We did not get signatures from all of the trustees.
And we don't know whether or not they had the ability for one to sign for the trust.
Right. And that's what we asked. Either all signatures or give us power of attorney or something that shows us that either trustee can sign for the trust. We needed something of that sort, because it states all owners have to sign the intent.
He
So-
signed the first time, she signed.
This one. So we're just gonna go ahead and do the warrant. They can always appeal it. The other report that we have is for the Rossiter cut, and we were unable to process it because the internet is. So you got another week.
Yes. We have request funds for the highway department for the newly created CRS, so the emergency. So Capitol Street needs shoulder, it's about $4,000 on the ground shoulder top. Moving forward, the plan of the road, we need to put that in, or ask the road agent to put that to the plan. So,
That's not crazy.
no, it's, no, this is, I have spoken to Russ and Sue Edwards regarding the accountants. Money we plan on spending.
So it's Article 5. To see if the town will vote to establish a highway department paving capital reserve fund under the provisions of RSA 35:1 for road paving and emergency road repair, and to raise and appropriate the sum of $40,000 to be placed in the fund. Further, to name the Board of Selectmen as agents to expend from said fund. So it's road paving and emergency road repair.
But this goes right along with paving, we can't leave that the way it is, paved road the way it is without that gravel. And I would rather take it out of that fund than the gravel fund. With dirt.
That gives us not eligible.
It's,
Gravel is.
it is for the paved road. The funds, we have not money to spend. Right, you know,
Sure.
I just wanna make sure that it's absolutely right, that we can use this CRF.
Part of the paving, to finish doing the, side edge, because if we don't take care of it, number one, it's just gonna get broken down by natural edge, the problem. In the winter time, the plowing, to really cut into it and tear it up. And since how the fund was to be rated for paving, that doesn't mean it's just for the paving process, for the paving project. So this covers the type of material that goes in the shoulder.
So it's for road paving, yeah, for an emergency road repair. What else are we planning? Is it just the $4,000 for gravel? We've already taken money for the Bowlerdale
Yeah.
emergency.
That was paid.
Yeah, that was 19,000.
Yeah, so now we're up to $23,000 out of a $40,000 CRF.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Russ.
You're welcome.
Because Boulderdale has to be done. No, I agree. We don't want the newly paved road to be messed up anymore.
So, I make a motion to use $4,000 for gravel to do the shoulder work on Cash Street out of the established BDCR. All those in favor? Aye.
Is it $4,000 even?
It was approximately almost 4,000.
You just allocated.
Right, so we.
Well, it's a motion, no second.
Was
That's
it
a second.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ed said.
It's okay. All right, master plan budget increase of 2,980. Kim, do you know about it? Yep. Will you speak to it?
So we are this close to the master plan. It looks fantastic. It really does. We're not giving out draft copies because we don't want them in circulation. But it is very well done, very professional, but we are over budget and we need this much money to finish it and bring it to the board for the board's approval next month.
Where can this money come?
Well,
That's, it went above our budget for the master.
yes, we have $15,000 for the master plan. And between everything that we did, having,
3,000 short.
yep, we're $3,000 short. We didn't put any money into planning and zoning last year. We only put the money into the master plan. And we paid for the membership for Upper Valley out of that money, which typically we have the money in the fund for planning and zoning to pay Upper Valley planning. So that $3,000 is what we typically pay Upper Valley for our membership. And I think that's where we came up short. We paid for the membership to have them help us, and we got the additional work at a much lesser rate.
Right.
But that's where we came up short. So I'm hoping that we have some kind of a discretionary fund for planning and zoning. But if we don't, then I don't know how we're going to fund it.
Yeah, we can't drop all that.
So
We're
close.
so close.
But I would say that the transfer station could have done the budget by considerable. I mean,
Yeah.
there's been no sign of it being over, that's for sure.
The-
I won't say that for next year. Right now, I'm saying it was under last year. And if anything, I'm kidding, it's better this year still.
The important thing about the master plan is we're bringing it to completion because we're under our temporary moratorium.
Mhm.
If we can bring it to completion, then we can work forward to go for an extension of the moratorium. The growth management ordinance that I think that people in Croydon are looking to be a part of, to bring forward a way to help manage and control the growth that is coming. But we can't do it without an updated master plan. This is the first step. And to get this close and stop would just, it's not going to be beneficial for the
Be a waste of
town.
time. Be
Yeah,
a waste of
it'll
time.
be a waste of time and a waste of $15,000 that
Yeah.
we all put into this.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will have.
I'm all right.
So the planning department, the planning board is asking for some help.
And we need to do it so they can keep on going.
Absolutely, yeah. I just don't know what.
So we have our budget person here. Susan Edwards.
Yeah, for connection, yeah, this is the plus part, because this is for the betterment of the town to get funds out of the Sawyer.
Okay,
So you guys need to apply trustees,
okay.
so, but we don't have any people. Yes. Needs practical between now, and I don't know how soon you need it.
Or could we approve it, spend it, and then go over the money to put it back?
Yes.
Can we do that?
That's
So that we
Let's
don't
do
slow
that.
things down?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now that's who trustees agree that that is betterment.
And I think all will still find a way.
Right.
But yeah, and if the trustees need somebody to come talk to the trustees about how this is for the betterment of the town, I'm happy to do it. Okay, thank you.
All right, I make a motion to increase the planning board budget for the master plan for $2,986.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
We'll figure out how to get Jake.
91A training. So we can have NHMA come here for a long week and teach everybody on board 91A.
That's all boards.
Yes.
As many people as we can pack in the house.
So how do we want to go about doing that?
So there's two different avenues. They can either physically come here to the building, to do like a 1 to 2 hour class, or we can have them remote in and they can do it virtually. There is a big price difference between those two things. I believe it's $400 for the virtual one, and it's $700 for the single presenter to come out here. And we're good to go to put in for some dates, but we just need. No, we need 3 days. So we actually do have, we'll get there, but yeah.
So I think remotely. Yeah. Absolutely fine.
We're gonna do the remotely here or whatever.
Just do it here.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody comes here.
Oh, yeah, remote here.
Yeah, so then you don't have, people forgetting that their cameras on with their dogs barking in the background. One thing, if, once you get everybody kind of that separated, there's a lot more variables that
Just
can happen.
clarify.
Right, so.
Sharon. 91A is the RSA that governs pretty much how we're supposed to provide information. So everything from meeting minutes, posting when things are, replying to emails, what constitutes a meeting. Kind of like when the board was 3 and you had 2 select board members talking about an issue, that was technically a meeting and needed to have been posted. So with the board growth, I feel like there's just maybe a little bit of a refresher needed.
So, we have, did you say we have 3 dates that we can choose from?
So they're looking for 3 dates from you guys in order to start this process to see when we'd be able to get this in. So
And what, is it an evening thing that we can do, or?
I believe it's 9:30 AM is the latest and 4:30 PM. It's in between the middle of the call.
It's weekdays.
Yes.
Yes.
What if we just go on a long day on the night? Knock all that jazz out one. If I'm gonna go to
Can you-
if I'm gonna get punished, let's do it.
Right,
Like, if I had to be here for 6 anyway, let's run it.
Can we tape it?
Yes, so it can be taped.
I'm just saying,
But
I don't mind going.
Then it doesn't provide that person, if someone has a specific question, they don't have, you can always email NHMA and they'll respond, but if someone has a specific question, or if there's a board chair that is, how do I tackle this if this happens? You're not gonna be able to have that back and forth, and I think when you're dropping $400 on something, you want the
I'm
most.
just making sure, I mean, I can get it, make people are going, be difficult.
Yeah.
All some dates.
I'm okay with that.
Did this month already.
I just have to take the time off, so give me a week ahead of time.
Doesn't matter much to me. I just figured if we're gonna be here at 6 on the night, or at 6:30 on the night. Why not just have one big fun day?
How long is the training for?
2 hours.
2 hours.
So can we just say the 9th, 16th, or 23rd, whenever they can, right? We can kind of get through.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
And you can do it after 12 o'clock, so work, whatever. Lunch.
Yeah.
That helps.
23rd is gonna be tough for me. Be on a boat all day on the 22nd.
Yeah, all there,
No, it's not the sea legs, it's the sleep, and I'm not gonna get that night, but there's no sea legs.
What were the
Still
dates you
need-
came up with?
The 9th, 16th, or 23rd, it's just keeping it on a Tuesday, try to do an afternoon.
And I can do afternoon, 1:30.
Yeah, afternoon. You can make it an afternoon. I don't know if I invited all the boards,
I would invite everybody.
all boards.
Oh,
You want me to reach out? To Benjamin?
I already have the form, I already spoke to, the lady, I just needed to have kind of the date range and the projected time, and they'll get back to us on what they can and can't do.
Next week, we'll update. Now, we're- Yeah.
What's the building permit? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
John and Susie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for that, so there's some building permits that,
They're just rebuilding on the same slab that's there. Well, it's gonna be connected to the house.
Oh, well, same with Carl and Spear, they're replacing
they're doing
one house.
so they didn't know whether or not, the town was gonna require them to have a building permit. It's a modular, single.
As long as they have a septic system, then you're going where it's supposed to
Put
go.
it on the slab, they're gonna haul it off and
Yeah,
Your prerogative.
as long as the septic system is big. That's the only question with that. Does it match the same bedroom?
That's,
this thing existed on the same structure.
so is it a 3-bedroom home? It's gonna be a 3-bedroom home?
It's the same, one story,
That's the only thing. Look, is there a card?
There is not.
Because it's 7.
Tax map 7, lot 456.
Weird.
Oh, yeah, and it doesn't have, there's no plans.
No.
So Susan, don't bother.
This is just.
Oh,
This says same structure, but it doesn't tell us anything about the the bedrooms. So I'll tell you if it's 3 bedrooms to 3 bedrooms. You make a quick call,
But their carpets.
well, the card would say they have 3 bedrooms, but if they're putting a 4 bedroom home on a 3 bedroom septic. We can either make a quick call, and then I think they would be fine because there's setbacks and everything, it's just, are they, overburdening the septic? I would assume same structure, same structure.
Same amount of bedrooms.
Okay. That one for the garage.
Yeah. I make a motion to building permit. See Williamson.
Aye.
Now we're on to updates from town clerk.
Oh. Yep. So we've been out. We've been offline for a little bit. We're back online today. Phones are restored. And I'm working with John Kelly at NHDOT to establish the connection back to the DMV stuff. So I'm going to be bold and say that we are going to be up for DMV services next week, maybe even tomorrow, but don't hold me on tomorrow.
Yay.
And also with that, with the static IP and the Fidium and the high-speed internet, I'm gonna reach back out to town hall streams and get everything here so that we can finish setting it up, so that we can have the live and the recordings and everything on the website as well. And then we're also working on the website conversion from the Civicware, which the reason why we are moving to a new website provider for the town is Civic is slowly phasing out smaller towns into these larger plans that because we're small enough where we don't need all of the frills or we don't need all of that bandwidth, they have adopted a pay per page. So every time that the transfer station closed, every time that we create a new element to the website, our monthly costs would go up based off of the number of pages that we have. So in a few years, you could be paying as much as a larger town like Newport for the same size municipality. TownCloud hasn't increased their prices in over 5 years. So, and it's not that they'll keep the same pricing for the next 5 years, but they've been very stable with communities, especially smaller ones, with saying, let's set this up so that you guys can budget around it. And then they also have other things. So we started with the agenda and minute stuff. Now we're moving on to the website. It brings all of those costs collectively down as we add on more things. And they're really pleasant to work with.
So if you like it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And yeah, that's it. So Fidium here at the town hall, we're going to be working on getting to live streaming so that it will be live. And that's something that we've tried to work with and wasn't able to do with the Starlink because of the nature of the Starlink product. Doesn't allow you to provide those static IPs that's required to communicate to the state for DMV or provide live streaming video.
It will potentially be phasing Starlink right out of it.
Yes. I'm glad that we didn't rip it off as soon as they came and installed on the 31st because we would have been foobar. But
will, federal annual savings. Uh, 1300 bucks.
Yeah, so Starlink being gone and moving over to Fidium, so there's a lot of things that if we can get running and working, that we don't have to pay, $150 a month for Starlink to have internet and stuff. So we're working on it.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you for stepping up to be the IT person. No, that's not on the job description, and we really appreciate that.
He wants to see it.
HR, building man, we're here.
I'm only mentioning IT because we've really been stepping up. So appreciate it.
Thank you. That's all.
Anything else? We're gonna open public,
I'd like to thank Paul for making a read on the report, the DMV process. At a very low cost stuff.
Yeah, so I know that people have been asking. I'm not doing the Facebook stuff right now. So the only monies, if you look on the side of your registration, the only money that Newport is keeping that is our money is the $2.50 per registration. That's the clerk handling fees. Some municipalities use that money to pay the clerk. So that was just, they were just like, this is how we need to structure this deal. Yeah. Yep. And so, so from the 18th to Sunday, well, they're only, so all last week, Monday to Friday, I usually average about anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 for registration that the town collects on the town portion side, so that town side check. Usually $3,000 to $4,000 a week in the 18 hours that I'm open. They were open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 every day with a lunch break, I believe, on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for an hour, and they collected over $14,000 for the town of Croydon. So we'll be getting that check next week.
So instead of people being, pardon my French, pissed off at Newport, which I'm thanking a little bit.
A little bit, because they definitely didn't have to do that.
Cool.
And
And the expanded hours from us?
there were people that were like, "Oh, you mean I can go at 8 o'clock in the morning and do it?" I was like, "Yeah, and you can use a credit card too." So.
Thanks, Paul.
No worries.
So there are some changes in the laws this year. Shocking, yes. Election laws, I thought you might be interested in. That is very fair. Yes. Couple of them will be budgetary and really hit us, but there's a couple of them we're going to have to make sure that we put on the town warrant, such as, do we want to have Keno in town? Excuse me? Yeah. Keno. Yeah. So it automatically will be allowed unless we vote to not allow it.
So hold on. Hold on. So I guess my question is,
Where you gonna?
what is this setup for Keno entail? And who's fitting the bill for that?
Your house.
So you can put it on the warrant so that you can allow. charity
No, but
things.
it's a party barn. What are you talking about? Going up to the term?
We can put it on the warrant so that we just don't do anything, and then anybody can have, a Keno parlor, or you can make sure that it's on the warrant so that charity games of chance can be held in the town, because, I mean, the Croydon Volunteer Fire Department used to do it, would have bingo and other charity games of chance. That's the way that it was held, but now it's, Keno can be held in the town, anywhere it's permitted, unless the town decides that they want to we have a handle on how they want it to be done. So these are things, in a working meeting before we have the town warrant, we're gonna wanna look at, reach out to NHMA and figure out the wording that we wanna put on the warrant so the townspeople can determine how they would like. Yeah, I know. But it's just something I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. That's, yep.
So piggybacking off of that, can we, or can you guys set up a warrant article meeting, committee group? Maybe you get some people that come together for some of the warrant articles, because I've had a lot of extra time in the office recently. So I was like, okay, let's get all of the credit card stuff rolled out. Let's see if I can't do this and get everything going on. So I was under the impression that that the governing body empowered the legislative body to accept credit card payments for taxes. That did not happen. So we need to bring that to town meeting. So that needs to, we need to have that, or else I can't accept credit card. I mean, you know what? Maybe I could. Maybe I'll just put it on my own thing and just pay people's taxes. At this point, but yeah. So
We're very close to town meeting. We can get together and put together some warrant articles.
because there's a few things where it's like we don't have this. For example, I don't know. DRA has a perm file, which is the permanent file, which is all it says is a list of things that the town has adopted to do for monies and stuff like that. One thing, while I was at training, they asked if someone wanted to volunteer their town to look at their perm file. I said, yeah, pull up Croydon. And we have a line item for the cemeteries for when they sell burial plots on all of our budget forms, but I can't for the life of me find out when the voters told the town, yeah, you guys can collect money for selling those cemetery plots. So either we've been doing it and selling them illegally, or, I mean, what was it, 1763? So either we've been inadvertently breaking the law, or ever.
Well, I want my money back.
Well, it's not yours. Yeah, so there's a few things that need to be cleaned up with a few warrant articles, and I think that the more people that are involved, the more that people can get involved, so that there's not a whole bunch of petition warrant articles that don't have the ability to be passed.
That was my update.
Make a motion to open public forum.
Just to be set.
All those in favor?
And that brings it, got a couple of questions. Some of the stuff that came to you, some of the agencies we've spawned in the past, I would request as a budget committee, forward those with a copy of it to us, so we can include it in our, and just go to the folder right there, the call.
Right.
I hadn't heard anything about other items, highway department, the 4-foot culvert. On the issue, and now is the time to do it with these, even if it's strictly no longer. So it's anxious to work on it now instead of having to deal with water issues, which create a lot of extra costs. And then when you get to working on the warrants you were just talking about, I think that's put in a minute more that.
Thanks, Russ.
Thank you, Russ.
Is that 15-inch culvert that we fixed on Cash Street?
There's one supposed to go in tomorrow.
Yeah, he's closing the road, he's doing the smaller one.
Small, that's
Yeah,
what they,
the one that's coming up through the road.
this
That's,
one is over on the next third section. There's a 4-foot, has a small stream going. it's in very bad shape. If we got one of those gutter washers, we could lose the culvert and the road. So that would be a significant cost.
So that's a 3-footer being switched over.
Right, I think it's a 4.
No, for the 3-foot goes to 4 foot.
They have the materials, they just need to figure out when to do it. Actually, in the drought situation, we were in a better time to do it now than
Yeah,
before.
but the pool open. So the bottom-
Well, that's the toss up.
So I have the numbers for that. The culvert that he secured from Little,
Yeah, more.
$3,530. And the excavator rent over 3 days is $2,245 with $1,000 for that.
He's already got the excavator, right?
No, he does not. No, he's doing a small culvert, we can do the bathroom, right, so
No,
he
this
only
is-
needs the
This
excavator
is
for
about
just one
15
culvert.
foot drop.
Oh.
This is a very deep, it's only.
So we're looking at 68. 6,700.
Did we ever get our map of Camp Street with all the culverts?
No.
Where did you say you're at on CRF?
23, for below the Dale and the gravel.
That was 17.
Yeah.
There's 7. So
Would we be able to use that culvert money out of the CRF, the emergency paid CRF?
It's not paving.
So you don't gravel. All I did, gravel spare. But it is repaired.
I don't think we have a choice. And I
that
know,
culvert's not
Should have been in the budget.
Well,
Last year.
collapsing.
It is
I
collapsing.
haven't seen it myself.
It is collapsing.
Part of the problem we run into on the cash street is the length of time to those all the culvert flex. That we also found out that they were kind of backfilled in roughly, they use a lot of large rock stuff, but the DOT said it's supposed to have a certain amount of gravel on top. That the large rock damage culvert. So what was done, looking back, they should have done it, but probably just felt they had material right there.
That we were different than two.
And then that actually caused damage, so you don't find out about it until the damage is done. So there are a lot of extra work, like, we're in really good shape now, cash. Hey, I feel, as long as we take care of it over the next 15, 20 years, it's only going to need some periodic maintenance instead of any cost. And we won't be cutting any poles and newly paved stuff for replacing the culvert. No sense paving a nice road, then 2 years later, chop a hole in it and replace the culvert.
Thank you. So Article 13 for the gravel, the CRF just says town gravel road repair and maintenance. It doesn't say emergencies. It just says,
Does it cite the RSA? Is it 35-1?
so we established it to 35-1.
So that would be the construction, reconstruction, or acquisition of a specific capital improvement, acquisition of specific items, or the construction, reconstruction, or acquisition type of capital improvement, equipment, or a reappraisal by appraisers of the Department of Revenue, such appraisal. So RSA that the CRF was based off of was any town, school, or village district may raise and appropriate money for the establishment of a capital reserve fund for financing all or part of the cost of, and then it goes through 6 different sections, one of which being the construction, reconstruction of any specific capital improvement. Capital improvement can also include roads.
But this, the other, the paving was emergency paving, Alex mentioned, we put emergencies in there.
Yep.
And the gravel road repairs, there's no emergence. So it just says town gravel road repair and maintenance, so it doesn't state emergency, so the funds could be expended on that one, just leaving the other ones without those funds. So, we need the culvert, we're throwing everything on Cash Street, but it doesn't make any sense not to get this done. I would truly like a map of Cash Street. I would like the map to show us where all the culverts are, how big they are, how long they are, the circumference, and how deep they are. Because I would like to have a file in the office that says Cash Street. I've been asking because I really want to get a road file going for each one of our roads. Thank you. I appreciate you, Russ. I'm just a tad frustrated with this request. Thank you. So, somebody wants to make a motion for that, because we need to get that done.
I make a motion to, approve $6,775 for the large culvert on Cash Street.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Russ.
I know it's painful, but I feel we need to do it. Sometimes it's not a, all.
Okay, anybody else? Come on, the public forum.
Greg Williams. Just one more thing on that paving job on that street. Maybe, and Sharon, you'll probably agree with me. As you come down Cash Street on dirt and you meet the pavement, it is really bad on the front end of the car.
There's a sweet spot in the middle.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to drive.
And if you're going up, the bump is going the other way, so you're.
Gee, it would be nice if we had a whole bunch of fill.
Oh, if they're gonna do the side of the road, maybe 2 tablespoons can go there, blend it.
I'm sure when he said he can't grade right now, it's too dry, everything is too dry, and I'm sure that's what's happening.
Yeah, it hasn't been.
Well, I mean, he just asked me to do it.
That day, it was in the past. It wasn't like that for the whole pavement.
I'll bring it to you.
It's really.
Actually, it's unintentional, it's airwall.
You get it right down to about 4 miles an hour.
Probably, but
Alright, anybody got anything else?
Just want to bring it to the board's attention, we're still having a struggle with Eversource every year. They brought 10 loads of gravel, they put it on the new property owner's property. But they haven't done anything, and there was a communication issue where they said they would spread dump it, they graded it. Somebody lost that in translation. So we don't know what to do now.
So I got a call from Ed, and I work with him this full time. I work with Ed and Joe, close contact with Joe. And I know we were working on 3 loads at first to get it spread. And then it bumped up to 10, and then I know Allison was involved, but the trouble is I never spoke to Allison. I don't know what was said, so I don't feel like I have any say anymore. And I feel like,
So I spoke with Allison, it was 2 weeks ago, a week after the property owners took possession of the property. They ended up with 10 loads of stone in that backyard.
To which they came into the town and said, when is the town gonna do something
And
with
they're not-
their stone?
They're not happy about it. I spoke with Allison about it. When they were doing Allison is in the work, she said that they had agreed to spread dump it when they delivered it, so she doesn't buy it plus time.
And Joe didn't know.
I jumped in because you had asked me at one of the meetings if I was fine with them dump spreading it, we grade, because you questioned me on that, I said yes. So he was aware of it.
No, he didn't know what day, he didn't know that. I called in and said, why is there material up there?
This
He said,
one-
I have no
This
idea.
was previous to that, that's back when they were talking about bringing up 3 loads or whatever. And you would ask me if I was fine spreading it. He reached out to me yesterday. Said it was communication error between him and Allison. Found every reason he could to ask what I was gonna do if they didn't spread it. Basically told them not to do enough. That's between them, the property owner, and United Construction Delivered. I don't have to move
10 loads.
10 loads, tryouts for loads of material you're supposed to. And I explained to them, spread dumping is one thing, because then we can go down to New York where you can get it graded, and dressed, and get it back in. I'm gone the next 3 weekends. 4 weekends. I don't know what they're doing. So, may not hear from them. I do believe that you're gonna hear from the property owner about it.
We already did.
I believe Paul already has. They weren't. My daughter and son-in-law's agreement with them when they, before they closed, that we would walk right under the power line and clean up the mess that Eversource had previously messed up. We did that before the closing, looked beautiful the day they moved in. And it was a week later. We've done nothing.
Anybody else?
Me, please.
So, at what point, I own the crop, orient. And I knew I was gonna. June 2nd last year, I ended up with, the company, my taxes. So my grandson over with cash. All of them, he needed to talk to me, he couldn't accept money on orient. So I said, all right, I called him up. And to find out that there was paperwork sent to my house, and my husband refused it. And the reason is I looked up to my lap, because my husband's been in the house. He still isn't home. I gave him money every week, expecting bills to be paid, to find out he had stopped paying certain ones, taxes being one of them. I've been trying to grow out of this hole 15 months. Paul has been excellent. He has, I'm sure that when he hears it's my annual, it's a, well, he doesn't want to answer. In the beginning, I was calling almost every week. And I understood, he told me that there's a lot of things going on in town, and you guys were really busy. But he had passed down the message that I had called, and called, and called. Next week, a week from today, will be 15 months. The only answer I got from you is a lien on the property. I called Paul again, saying, which one do I been waiting for an answer forever? And I understand I'm one homeowner with one little prop. You guys got the whole. Excuse me, I hope I didn't swear. So I paid my taxes that were due on that house. Paul said that it, it was gonna have to all be
reevaluated the taxes and the fees and all of that went into this whole mess. So I had the money to put the money down for that 1,800, I think you wanted, or 800, I forget what it was. And when I talked to Paul about it, he said, just hold off, I can on them. They know. And after that, you know, when I got the lien, I was like, what do you mean? I've been calling. I could have been making payments. I could have been doing something. We could have been working together. Instead, you put a lien. I don't know how many times I could call Paul. I felt so bad. I felt so guilty every time I had to call town hall.
You have Melissa's email? Usually, if people want to be seen by the board of selectmen, email for us, and then we put you on the list that we spoke. So we could bring you in and do a non-public, so you wouldn't have to do it.
Well, I have been calling forever. I am not technology. I'm disabled in more ways. What? You put a computer screen in front of me? Hell, last year, the first time I learned that I can send an email without someone emailing me first. So I've never known how to do all this.
So
like I said,
can we have her come in
This
the next?
should be in a non-public.
We would like her to come in the next meeting, which is
September.
September 9th. We'll set a specific time for you. We'll do a non-public so we can meet and talk about this. Okay?
okay, but do you understand my frustration? I've lived in town 37 years. I trusted someone and I got screwed. And I thought, I know that Paul's been passing on messages, and I also know why no one could have reached out. Outside of the only thing I got from you guys was a lien.
So Bev, I will say, I tried to communicate this to you, and maybe it was, I didn't do it properly. So the liens are automatic. We have to lien.
I know, but mine was in a drawer for how many years? You told me that you found the lien for the property and it wasn't signed.
No, so we're crossing wires here. Liens aren't deeds. So the lien is just the ability for us to be able to collect the money. And the deed is actually taking the property from you. So when you receive what we found was an unsigned deed that was generated but was not acted on. So that means that we need to go back, and there's a time period where there's either taxes that were missing or they needed to be calculated at a different rate. So that was what I was trying to get the lawyer, because I inherited a bunch of just a pile of garbage, and I've been sorting through it. And so when you receive that lien notice, those are automatic. Those always happen. Specifically, I was like, I am not going to present a deed if I don't know 100% that this is exactly what these taxes that are owed, and these are the amounts.
I had never been, the one he had given me was already accounted. And I have no exact anything. I don't know what I owe.
So see, he cannot go back in history and pinpoint your history. So we have been trying to go back in time, and he can't give you an exact history. So he's reached out, he's talked to the attorney, we're trying to put it all together for you. There's no way that we can give you an exact answer. So without being able to give you a list of everything that you have paid, everything that he has, and a receipt for with dates.
I get it. I just said 15 months ago, I should have been paying something every month. But I didn't want to throw out the money out desperately if that wasn't going to be mine.
So again, I really would prefer to have a better conversation with the public. That's what a non-public session is for. So we'd like to make an appointment for September 9th. It will be at the end of the night. We can have a great conversation with you, have some more, maybe not more information, but at least we can speak in greater depth.
And then we can prove also, if if this is September 9th, we should be able to have a timeline of when we can figure out stuff. So without airing everything out here, we can figure out when we can meet with the lawyer, when we can calculate everything, and we can get those numbers for you. It's just been wild. And I know that you call all the time, and I'm always so happy to hear from you, but when I don't have any answers and I don't have people moving in the direction that I need them to, it's hard to do that. So I'm sorry. I'll apologize.
No, you've been great. And we had to register my grandson's car, and he was like, I was on my way back here, he called me and said, you know, Matt, come on, to do it and do for it. And I was like, really? And thank you so much. When I first moved here, I did it for it. So, not much for change, but thank you for everything you do and taking my phone call.
Yeah, no worries.
About hundreds of people. Thanks,
So-
Bob,
Thank you.
and I'll look forward to it.
Yep, and I'll reach back out tomorrow. I'll reach out to the lawyer and see if there's something that we can get on the books, either beforehand or after the meeting, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I add to that real quick for you? I mean, I did participate. So I work for Midland Health, but I handle the local grid health department and cover for it. We handle like housing problems, food stuff. Like the care here. And like I take the cases for health with this. I'll leave my number with them. Basic or anything like that.
Sometimes you just need understanding what,
Yeah.
is it right? What else?
Right, and then sometimes things don't end up in your favor or they want to, and then things, I think it's for
And
Andrew.
I can get you this information.
I don't have the actual phone in front of me.
that's fun. Thank you very much.
And it's pretty good. It's the hospital pays for it.
That's first down.
Free.
Thank you.
And anybody else?
Few things in it. We got all of them. My tax abatement paperwork, we discussing that after this meeting?
I have not heard back from Avatar, other than the fact that, again, Carrie, our normal Avatar person, has been out on medical leave. I did reach out to the person who has taken over for him, Evan. Evan and Carrie had a conversation, so I absolutely thought you were going to hear from one of them, because they have to make an appointment to come to your house. If you haven't heard from either of them,
So-
which I'm gathering you haven't,
And they were just in town today and just asked me about it. So they have everything that I don't know when they're gonna reach out. I can't tell you when other people are gonna do things. But I know that they have they have everything right now in hand as of today, like physically in his hand. So, well, yeah.
so you should hear from them. We think there is a,
The, appeal process, I have to file September 1st.
So because the tax bill was issued after January 1st of the preceding year, it extends all of those deadlines out
2 months.
by 2 months. So you have until,
When was the tax bill issued?
January.
So
Is
it's
it
2
Tuesday?
months from January 8th.
Yep. So,
2 months, 2 months, 2 months.
no, it kicks everything out 2
Yeah,
months. So that September,
No,
October would be November 1st. You have until that because of the issuance of the second tax bill was in the following calendar year.
Forgive me, I'm gonna go, the ETLA.
Yeah, so it's
You have to file, it says March first and then it says September first, but underneath it, it says if the issuance of the tax bill is after December 31st, then it gives you the 2 month.
Anybody else? The virtual class that I was talking about today for works, is that something that could be opened up to anyone else in town that may be thinking of getting on one of the boards in the future?
I would be,
Kind of coming up.
you guys can tell me whatever. I would be hesitant to invite the public to the actual meeting. I would, however, make the recording of that meeting available for people so that they can use that
Get
and,
the information.
and pull that and see, oh, maybe this is something that I might want to either be interested in or something.
Well,
Yeah.
they can, they can tell them the ins and outs of what we have to go through as well.
But the actual.
If you're
meeting,
curious
no.
as to what it
Yeah,
is.
just because there's gonna, I would want the people that are in those positions to have that learning opportunity first and foremost, instead of someone saying, and Sharon, I'll use you as an example, what's 91A? Like.
Say it that way. It could be available.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then there's the matter of,
So,
we don't have a fee schedule for that.
no, and I wouldn't wanna pay for something, have them come and provide it, and then turn around and charge for it.
Right.
That just feels
Right.
weird, but no, I absolutely agree, is, yeah, have that video.
Get on different boards, that's not on here, when they're getting into ahead of time.
Awesome.
Anybody else? I make a motion, close public forum.
Second,
All those in favor?
aye.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I have a request for Paul. I request for Paul.
Do you have the form?
Yes, I
We're
do.
going in with non-public session.
It would be section 1. Let me go out, so you can.
Got it right here.
There you go.
So the. I make a motion that we go into non-public session for RSA 91A:3, Roman numeral 2A. And, thank you. All those in favor?
We'll start today.
To answer your question for our another meeting, Norma, I spoke to the lawyer at NHMA, and all we have to do is announce the RSA that way, and as long as the minutes write out the entire paragraph, we're good. We don't have to do the entire paragraph verbally. We can just say what the paragraph is by the number, and then our minutes have to reflect what the entire paragraph.
Oh, you're fine. Great.
Oh, I didn't say my piece. I came all the way here for none.
No, you.
So I completed the forms for the health inspector complaints, which you do need to have.
Yeah.
If you following up on any complaints that are not been submitted properly, you should not follow up on anything official business without notice. So the town of Plastow gave me their deliberate parts for the health inspector's office and also their complaint forms.
You wanna
So then-
email those to me?
It's been, like, to the close.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you guys want me to do it. I need the town seal. If you want me to build it myself, I need the town seal. Yeah, I got everything. No. Yeah, so do you want me to just send you the forms that they gave me?
Put us both on there.
Huh?
You have mine, I recorded it.
If you send it, you send it. You send
I
it.
didn't send it.
No, you guys don't care about the health inspector office? And he specifically said, it. He said, and it looked right over me.
No, no. Listen.
And listen, you talked to Eric how much she said, you didn't hear. No, so you said there was a house with 4 bedrooms, and a 3-person septic. That should be a complaint submitted to me. I have to go and check, talk to whoever's working on the project. And follow through with our lawyer, which it sucks. It sounds like based on everything I've read, a lot of things end up having to go to the lawyer. What you're supposed to do, what bars they violated. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, Yep, so it has to be written down, submitted, and then do we want it, so you're talking about having a new web page. Do we want this page one time, we said we did it. Or do you wanna keep putting it into, then I'm gonna have to come in, get those complaints, and review those complaints. And then have to follow.
No, we want.
I think it should be submitted in court. And then print it out, so we should do it.
Thank you.
Yes, and that is the problem.
It is, and I know this. Yes. And that's what I thought. That he had access to that. Maybe. Then again, this is the one I found. Then you are there. It's no different. There's still some. It's better. Wait, so. And. Did it jump out at you?
Fucked up my Achilles tendon and. Quite.
No. Is what I'll do is. It has to be. Minutes and decisions reaching non-public, so the public, this goes. Sorry about that, let's. Sorry, let's see.
I make a motion that we, go back to public session.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote, right?
Just for
Feeling.
sealing.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion that we seal the minutes of the non-public session.
Second.
We need a roll call vote.
Carl
Okay.
Newton,
Carl Newton, how do you vote?
seal.
Amy, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan, how do you vote? Aye. Ed, how do you vote?
Aye.
Kim votes aye. All in
Motion
favor?
passes.
Motion adjourned.
Second?
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
I was anticipating the green light there. I felt it.
Can't shut anything off.
Racing the tree, not the sky.
Isn't it just all that?
Just
I couldn't find it.
Oh, side button?
Well, I forgot the hot peppers.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
I'll have Steve bring it back tomorrow.
It's a bug.
All right.
Oh, another small note. I must have, we pay an awful lot of money for people who do the stop signs and all that, your flaggers.
What'd you just call me?
Dude,
The flaggers.
What'd you just call me?
I'm gonna flag it.
No,
Flagger.
no, I'm not explaining, I was just, the flagger.
Hey, you better call him the
Yeah,
flag out. We don't
because
have hard R's.
Right down, we had people
Flagger?
volunteer,